Hey there, my sea urchins for eyeballs. How you doing today? We've got some mastery mode, Impoppable! Oh my god, I'm gonna have a freaking heart attack over here. This is so intense and exciting. We just have so many intense things that we have to do today. So first of all, am I gonna use the engineer specialty building again? No, actually, surprisingly not. So hoo-hoo, man, we're getting a little fancy over here. So I felt like, you know what? I still feel like engineers are a very good tower to start off with. Don't get me wrong, and in a lot of situations, they're probably really effective to use. But on this map, I feel like they kind of lose their edge right around like round 20 or so. So I decided not to go for the specialty building and instead go for the submarine specialty building. Because this is going to help us out a bunch right around the hard levels. We got around 35, we're going to pop those ceramics really easily, and around 40 as well. You know, you can get a couple ballistics missiles if you want. It helps out a bunch. So, but we do have to start off with our engineer over here. So you guys are probably noticing I'm doing quite a bit of micro action. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I've been switching him over between last, first, and strong quite a bit. And I know these are advanced techniques that not everybody likes to do. Everybody thinks, oh, you just put a tower down and it does its own thing. Just put it on whatever you need to put it on and it'll do its thing forever. Wrong, man. We're on Impoppable, dude. Impoppable mastery. We have to use every single ounce of our power, every single ounce of our knowledge to take these guys down. And with that note, we're also going to do a really fancy technique that I don't think I've ever shown anybody before. It is called, I don't really have a name for it, we're going to call it farm blocking. Right? I know, it sounds kind of funky, right? But anyways, what we're doing here is, you notice my engineer is putting a lot of sentry guns kind of all over the place, right? He's putting them kind of in the middle of the map. They don't have a lot of range. What we're doing is we're using the farms to block the area of where the sentry guns are put. And now, for the most part, besides this random sentry gun that's just over there and being kind of stupid, all of them are popping below the farms. And now they're a lot closer to the balloons. They're going to be a lot more effective. So if you guys don't build the farms like I do, the sentry guns aren't going to do as much popping power and going to be a lot worse. You won't be able to hit them on by the time they go around twice, or maybe by the time they go around 3 times, you won't be able to hit them with the sentry guns at all. Of course, the engineer can still hit them, but it affects how much pops you can do. So we're doing pretty good so far. Still no submarine yet. What? Yeah, here's the level we're probably going to get him. Right around round 26 is a pretty solid level to get him. Usually you want to go for a barbed darts guy first, and then if you want to get twin guns, go ahead, but be wary that the twin guns upgrade is usually not necessary until you plan on getting airburst darts. At least in my opinion. Of course, it does double his popping power, but you're usually better off just saying, I need to get airburst darts, and airburst darts is boss. So we actually had a pretty big problem right around 29, man. Oh no, reroll blacks, usually they're not that big of a deal. Sadly, I had my engineer still on last or strong, and that meant the regrows were becoming quite regrow-tastic on me. I know, don't you hate it? Don't you hate it a little bit? So here we go, round 33. This is another fancy technique. I'm going to show you guys, again, I'm going to show you guys a lot of these really fancy techniques. I want you guys to learn about them to make sure you become a better player at BTD5. So here we go. What I did was I got a 0-2 wizard, and then I used my submarines second tier left-sided upgrade to give him advanced intel, so he got all the camo detection. But the reason why I got the wizard up to camo detection instead of something like a dart monkey is because around 37 you have these camo leads, and it's just one step ahead. You gotta stay one step ahead of the game. So we got round 38. Oh my goodness gracious, there's a lot of balloons coming out here. You're gonna use that's like perfect, dude. If you could keep just enough defense where you have to use like one set of road spikes per round while continuing on with as many farms as you possibly can, you're doing a fantastic job. I don't care about that one set of road spikes. Honestly, it'd be a little better if you can keep it down to 0, but if you're putting it like perfect, even with regrows coming out, where you can keep it down to 1 set, oh man, you are playing boss-like. So here we go. We already got 2 third-tier farms, which is a lot more than last game, right? And we're going to get 4 submarines. So what does the submarine specialty building even do? Does it do anything special or good? It doesn't seem like it, does it? Well, actually, it gives your airburst darts 4. Boom shakalaka, 4 attacks instead, or 4 whatever explosion things, airburst darts instead of 3, which is really, really nice. I like it a lot. And then it also, just as a heads up, it shocks regrow balloons into non-regrow balloons, which probably wouldn't be that awesome of an upgrade. We probably won't really use it that much today, but still just keep it in mind, man. You might want to use that a little bit later on in the game if you have any sort of crazy regrows coming out or something like that. But we're not really worrying that much about the balloons. It's more about the Moab layer. Even with the ballistics missile, even with those airburst darts, it is really hard to pop that layer. So we need to get the helicopter. Oh, abso-freaking-lutely. But even with the helicopter, this is a surprisingly difficult map. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so difficult, but it just is. The 4-2 helicopter doesn't do that great of a job. The submarines don't do a very good job anymore. They lose their touch. Once you get a little bit later on in the game, grouped mobs, they're just not good against them. Doesn't matter how much explosion action, doesn't matter how many airburst darts you have, there's just too many of them. You need the big guns. What do I mean by the big guns? Oh man, you guys know that drill by now. We gotta get some helicopter action over here. So we're gonna get quite a big army of these 4-2 helicopters. I know, I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking about the movie 300. I don't know, when I was like the big guns, I was just imagining those rock solid guys with their 6-packs and everything. Oh man, maybe I am a little bit, well, let's leave that story for another day. So, I also went for a couple of these 2-4 spike factories. I don't really feel like they were that effective overall, but I guess every bit counts, and we have 3 4th-tier farms. Like, who the frick cares, man? Who cares about that little tiny bit of money or whatever? It does not matter. So I got the question quite a few times. So one of the main questions I get asked all the time is what happens on round 85? Do those oh my god turn into TTTs? What do they just nothing happens? I am going to give you guys an honest opinion. And some people have told me that the oh my gods that come out on round 85 have double health. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. They definitely seem like they are regular health. So realistically, round 84 is by far the hardest round. 85 is just a piece of cake. If you can beat 84, you're going to beat 85 unless you sell things or just use a crazy amount of abilities or something like that. Guaranteed. But that's just a quick note. You know, if you guys want to be pro, get on it. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed, please press the like button. I appreciate that a bunch, and have a super duper delicious day.